everyone, and welcome to this Saturday afternoon presentation of NBA basketball right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, and we've got Allie LaForce reporting from the sideline. Let's see some of the numbers here for Jamal Murray.
And you can see his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Fox and Castle are their guards. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. Then there's Devin Vassell. And it's Champagnie in at the 4 spot. And for the Nuggets, Johnson is in the front court alongside Gordon. In at the guard spots, Murray and Brown. And it's Jokic in at the center, filling out the middle. We know these two teams rack up the assists. Greg, they pride themselves on playing unselfish basketball.
Yeah, both sides preach player and ball movement, getting everyone involved. It makes both teams that much more difficult to defend.
2 on the clock. And here's Gordon from outside, rebounded by the Spurs. Pass to Castle. And a wide-open look for Wembanyama. Sinks the triple.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop him.
Fox against Murray. Johnson outside. Fires the 3. Wembanyama with the rebound. We play just over. Fox finds Vassell. Driving to the basket. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist.
Well, sometimes you forget how long and quick Vassell is. A lethal combination on the drive.
Here's Murray. And stolen by Wembanyama. Castle, no one around him. Off target with his 3.
He may have had too much time to think about it.
And Craig, with Stephon Castle winning the 2025 Rookie of the Year award, the Spurs went back-to-back in that category.
Yeah, of course, Victor Wembanyama winning that same award 24. Just more confirmation that these Spurs are building something special.
Murray, no good.
I mean, come on, that's a shot you expect him to make.
Vassell with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Good on the bucket.
Well, Fox is great operating an offense. He is very skilled setting others up.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Here we are, 2 games left before the start of the playoffs. Let's take a look at the possible field. You look at San Antonio. Right now, they've acquired the 2nd-best record in the conference. And checking out Denver, a couple spots below.
And I think for San Antonio, they recognize how critical this stretch of the season is. They're in the playoff picture right now, and they are focusing on hitting their stride as we head into the postseason.
Well, it's not what he's known for, but Jokic can throw it down when the chance presents itself.
Pass to Castle. For 3, Vassell. It's hauled in by Jokic. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Denver Nuggets. And how about this team? They've certainly impressed on the road this season. Now up over 25 wins away from home. It's remarkable.
Well, give their coaching staff a lot of credit for preparing them to come into hostile environments and just totally silence the crowd. This team's character and how prepared they are makes them a nightmare matchup for anyone in our league.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Hey, Kevin. Cameron Johnson stays even. He said, I just try to come in and do my job every game, no matter what that looks like. And as somebody who shoots a lot of threes, some days can be better than others. So you just ride the waves while you can and focus on that next play. The next shot and your results, they'll be the results. Guys, back over to you.
Thank you, Allie. Now here's Murray. He had 37 points last game out. Gordon with the screen for Murray. again, the miss by Murray. San Antonio leading by 3. You know, Stan, you look at Wembanyama's frame. Does he need to get any stronger? Put on more muscle, more bulk?
Well, Kevin, of course he could use to improve on his strength, but he's strong enough right now to be one of the best players in the league. We've seen that, but as he gets older, a lot of that strength's just going to come naturally. The scary thing is for coaches and players around the league, not on his team, this guy's just going to keep getting better.
1:27 left in the first quarter. And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. So Denver ends up going with a whole new group. And now here is our rookie watch. Since the All-Star break, these have been the best three-point shooters of the NBA's freshman crop. Dylan Harper, 4th.
And his shot starting to fall consistently here the second half of the season. Credit him for staying in the gym, putting in the work, and continuing his development.
1:22 left in the first quarter. Here's Bryant. Johnson kicks to Barnes. Releases. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. The Nuggets trail by 3. Brown dishes to Valanciunas. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Valanciunas not afraid to get his close to the basket.
San Antonio's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. And when you talk about Dylan Harper, Greg, just how impressive is his skill set?
A tall guard with incredible handles and elite elusivity. He already has an impressive command of the pick and roll. Harper, I believe, is primed to be a special player in this league.
Fox, he's checked in for Bryant. A premier offense for the Nuggets, but defensively, Stan, there has been some slippage.
Well, they've had to make some tough financial decisions, letting some of their defensive-minded veterans depart in free agency over the years. They got to wonder who will step up, but it often takes young players a little longer at the defensive end.
There's 37 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Harper from deep. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Nuggets have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Hardaway with a wide open look. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Here's Fox. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Brown outside. Got it up. It's all tied in Denver. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a moment. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. In it forward, we'll get to see Johnson and Barnes. Harper is out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Cornette in at the 5. Watson's shot is good.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
On the wing, Fox. He's covered by Murray. From 10 feet out. Good on that shot. And with that, the Nugget lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Fox.
Look at the space created. Fox had him guessing with that move.
Right side, Hardaway. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Murray, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Inside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. I'm told now by our producer, do we have them, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Well, with teams seeking switchable defenders, there's a specific player type that could be losing value, those smaller scoring-minded combo guards. You think of the Cole Anthony, Colin Sexton, Jordan Clarksons of the world, perhaps not as sought after as before with teams looking for positional size and versatility.
They'll be challenged for certain. Okay, Shams, thank you for the report. Murray, the pass to Valanciunas. Back to Murray. Brown outside. 6 to shoot. 17-foot shot on the way. Misses off the left iron. Johnson kicks to Harper. Pass to Olynyk. The kick out to Barnes. Back to Olynyk. Here's Fox. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his 4th rebound in this one. Brown against Johnson. That one good for 2. Brown's got the lead up to 4 now for Denver. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Fox with it. His last outing we saw him pour in 22. Back to Barnes. Kicks it out to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Screen by Olynyk. San Antonio again missing. Denver leading by 4. Here's Murray, and it's Murray with the jam.
Yeah, that's tough to stop. Murray loves showing off that handle whenever he can.
And never brag an all-star, but he is a star. Jamal Murray can flat out play.
And he's had his hurdles to overcome with injury over the years, but he's never one to shrink from a challenge, and he remains a prolific shot creator.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Big group substitution here for Denver. Jokic, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Gordon comes in for Peyton Watson. Johnson, he's checked in for Bruce Brown. And Christian Brown subbed in for Hardaway. And here is Fox. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game.
Nice to see Fox opening his offense up a little, taking advantage of a mid-range look.
Murray surveying the D. Shoots over Fox. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Wembanyama's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And they need his offense right now, but his shot is just not falling.
To the paint. Here's Jokic. Rebounded by the Spurs. Wembanyama's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Wembanyama up high, down hard.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
Nuggets have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Back to Jokic. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the
And one other thing they've done well today, guys, share the ball. I mean, set up teammates and just playing unselfishly.
Free throw, good. Jokic. And, Coach, one thing that David Adelman stressed was getting this Nuggets team in much better shape.
Yeah, it seems like they wore down in the playoffs last season. So improved conditioning and more depth potentially could help them hold up better down the stretch.
And Mitch Johnson's stand now taking over full-time as head coach of the Spurs.
Well, look, Mitch Johnson's the son of an NBA player and a high-level point guard in college. He knows how to run a team and favors that pace and space style. Well, you know, guys, every team could use a glue guy like Gordon. He brings all the intangibles and will do whatever it takes to win.
And Gordon drops them both.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Vassell outside. Wembanyama outside. And the three off target.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejection. Wow.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
So David Adelman decided to call a timeout here. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. And the Nuggets making a change here. Brown's checked in. Johnson, he's checked in for San Antonio. Denver with the ball. 59 seconds left in the first half of basketball. 6 on the shot clock. Johnson for 3. Good on the triple. Johnson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nuggets.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest after that.
Brown against Castle. To the left wing. A 3 from Wembanyama. Sinks the three-pointer. Wembanyama has got 5 points in the quarter.
And when Wembanyama is connecting from deep, he is downright unguardable. This is how special a talent he is.
Brown the pass to Johnson. Back to Brown. And stolen by Castle. And that one is hammered home.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. The Nuggets on top, leading by 5. And we'll get going after this from Ball Arena.
Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. How about we start out with the Western Conference and how those teams are stacking up? Pretty interesting how this is all coming together, don't you guys think?
Not interesting. It's exactly how I predicted it would look.
Oh, sure. Like you could have predicted the standings would look just like this. Whatever floats your boat, big guy.
Kenny, you leave my boat out of this. I'll make you walk the plank.
And looking back on the first half of our game, it hasn't gone according to plan for the San Antonio Spurs.
I like the way they've been running, pushing the ball, putting their defense on its heels.
Yeah, you love their tempo. When they play fast, they can put points on the board in a hurry, Ernie.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Victor Wembanyama.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. He won't miss many from there. Wembanyama.
And standing easily over 7 feet. When Wemby gets that ball near the hoop, literally nothing a defender can do.
Out on the perimeter, it's going to be Brown and Johnson. Inside for him, it's Gordon and Jokic. And it's Murray in at the point. That's the groove that David Adelman's going out there with to start the second half. Shot by Johnson, no good. Spurs trail by 3. Wembanyama sets a screen for Fox. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And the speed of De'Aaron Fox. Wow. He gets up the court in a hurry.
And you combine his water bug quickness with the towering size of Wembanyama. It's a 1-2 punch that promises to confound opponents for years to come.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thanks a lot. The Spurs last season acquiring De'Aaron Fox. He said what this team struggled with are the things that I bring. Self-creation, being able to touch the paint, getting into the teeth of the defense and collapsing it. And regardless of how well I'm playing in a game, I still command attention. My guys never just leave me. Back to you.
Okay, Allie, we thank you. Pass to Castle. Here's Champagnie. Fox from outside. No good that time.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Murray against Fox. Now Brown. There's Gordon with the 3. Rebounded by Castle. Outside, Fox. Right wing. Here's Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Pass to Johnson. Back to Brown. Murray outside. Just 5 on the clock. No good on that one.
And they haven't found their rhythm here in the third. Missing 4 of their first 5 attempts. Another miss. At some point, they need to tap someone else for a boost offensively.
Jokic draws the double. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball call.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Fox deciding where to go with it. Pass to Wembanyama. Over Jokic. And there's Wembanyama on the assist by Fox. Fox has got 3 assists now in this one. And Murray's got the ball here for Denver. They've led by as much as 10. Now Brown. And he banks in the layup. And the Nuggets lead by 3.
Yeah, it's 6-6 with good hops. Brown isn't your average guard. He does very well down low.
San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Out left to the wing. Jokic against Wembanyama. To the wing on the left. Clock at 6. 3-pointer, Fox. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Jokic draws the double. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
It'll be a jump ball.
Gordon, the pass to Johnson. 6 to shoot. Jokic draws the double. Here's Brown. No good on the 3. Spurs trail by 3. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Fox from outside. Nailed from three-point land. Fox has got 7.
And a quiet first half from distance. Didn't even try a 3, but now he's 1 for 2 from deep in the second half.
So both teams making some changes here. Nuggets have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. Left side, Hardaway. And again for 3.
And now for this franchise, he's hit the most threes in a single season.
His incredible range stretches out the defense on a nightly basis. It's an invaluable element to this offense. Pass to Brown. And here's Jones. Hardaway dishes to Watson. A three-pointer, no good.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Good on the three-point shot. Barnes has got it all tied up now for San Antonio.
Yeah, Johnson tapping into his vision.
To the middle. Here's Hardaway. That's good, and the assist goes to Watson. Hardaway's got 5 points in the quarter.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Now, here's Harper. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Here's Brown. At the elbow, Jones. Misses from short range. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. Nuggets lead by 2. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. In it forward, we'll get to see Johnson and Barnes. Fox is out there with Harper. And it's Cornette in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And it's good for 2.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
San Antonio trailing here. Outside, Fox. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Murray against Fox. Murray kicks to Brown. Back to Murray. Shot clock at 6. Hardaway from outside. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists now in this one. Outside, Fox. To the inside. Cornette uses both hands to slam it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
And so David Adelman calls the timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. Jokic has checked in for Valanciunas. Spurs also with the sub. Victor Wembanyama is checked in for Luke Cornette. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Denver's head coach was saying to the team. Coach had a direct message for the team saying no matter the lead, no NBA game is ever over. Do not let your guard down. We'll see if they hold on.
All right, Allie, thank you. Barnes finds Fox. Buries it from 3-point range.
And that's his second triple of the half. None for him going into the break.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Fox against Murray. Pass to Watson. Down low. And stolen by Wembanyama. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Here's Barnes. The kick out to Harper. To take the lead. And it's Johnson. That time on the assist by Harper. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Spurs.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And one other thing they have done well has been scoring in transition, looking to run whenever they can.
And so it's Mitch Johnson calling timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Some changes here for the Spurs. Champagne's checked in, and it's Vassell in for Johnson. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Going to Wembanyama, any chance you get just makes a whole lot of sense. Victor is really on fire tonight.
Outside Hardaway. Pass to Watson. Oh, what an assist. Leading him to the bucket.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Outside, Fox. No good from three. Nuggets have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. It's Jokic inside.
Well, when you need a bucket, run the offense through Jokic.
San Antonio trailing here. Wembanyama. Oh, what a finish.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And we've got a timeout from David Adelman. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. And the Nuggets with some changes. Gordon's checked in for Peyton Watson. Johnson comes in for Brown. And Christian Brown subbed in for Hardaway. Gasol against Brown. Outside Gordon. Lets loose a three. Wembanyama reels it in.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Fox against Murray. 1:53 left in the fourth quarter. 6 on the shot clock.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
No doubt how much those boards impact the overall outcome. You can't give them extra chance. Well, it doesn't matter what pressure you put on him. Jokic always remains steady on offense.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Fox!
Yeah, the defender all over.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. And he is unable to get the second one.
A lefty who is lightning quick. De'Aaron Fox is one of the toughest covers in the league. The development of his three-point shot has been big because it forces you to come out to him.
Wembanyama, a screen on Gordon. Wembanyama down low. Jokic defended. Off the glass.
At well over 7 feet tall, inside is easy money for Victor.
Johnson outside. Murray. Off target from outside. And for the Spurs, they're shooting in this game 45%.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Murray outside. And here's Jokic. Jokic rising up.
Absolutely the guy you go to in this situation. Jokic has no trouble scoring in the clutch.
And so it's Mitch Johnson calling timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. Guys, what's your take on how they maximize their opportunities now?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
Well, they'll likely only get one shot at this. They need to make it count. Showing that clutch gene Fox just put his head down and got his team what they needed.
And we've got a timeout from David Adelman. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Guys, what are their best options now?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
Well, they'll likely only get one shot at this. They need to make it count.
Gordon deciding where to go with it. Now Murray. Gordon with a screen on Fox. Here is Gordon. Rips it down with two hands.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And so it's Mitch Johnson calling timeout. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. So I'm looking at the clock, and guys, the situation. What do you think we're going to see next?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
Well, they'll likely only get one shot at this. They need to make it count.
Now Castle. Vassell. The long shot, no good. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And so it's Denver who comes out on top here. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
Let's send it over to Allie LaForce. She's standing by with our player of the game.
All right, thank you, Nikola. This team showed up tonight defensively. What can you say about the effort on that end of the floor?
I mean, it's a whole collectively, you know, it's not just one guy, it's the 5 guys on the floor. So it's a coach, it's a bench, it's a fan, so.
Thanks to all. Thanks to you, Nikola. Back to you guys.
Good stuff, Allie. Thanks. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. And for all of us here at the table, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and our terrific sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us tonight. And now we present the player of the game, Nikola Jokic.